My child, my beloved, I have been waiting for this moment to speak to you. Heaven has recorded every step you've taken, and because you didn't skip the last message, something beyond your imagination is now making its way to you. There is a sacred reason why you were guided to open this. The winds of heaven are moving again, and today Archangel Michael has been instructed to personally deliver this divine confirmation to you. Before we continue, I beg you, don't walk away. Don't miss what is unfolding. Subscribe right now. Not for me, but for your own spirit to stay aligned with the flow of messages that are coming. If you miss the next one, you may miss the moment your life was meant to shift forever. Listen closely because this is the most crucial message you've received yet. My child, my beloved, what you did the last time when you listened, when you obeyed. When you opened that message with trembling faith, that action opened a spiritual gate because you didn't skip it. Heaven has now approved something others were never meant to see. Your name has been stamped on a miracle. And the moment you chose not to ignore the whisper, the angels began preparing something extraordinary just for you. This isn't small. This isn't symbolic. This is real. Your destiny has been rewrote in a way that will confuse those around you. And they will say, "How did it happen so fast? How did everything suddenly turn in their favor?" But I, Archangel Michael, say, this was the divine result of spiritual obedience. You didn't skip, so now heaven won't skip you, won't? My child, my beloved, I see the road you've walked, the nights you cried quietly, the mornings you rose with heaviness in your chest. I see how you doubted your worth but still believed something greater was watching. Let me confirm it now. Something greater was, and still is. That pain you carried was not in vain. That silent prayer you whispered was not ignored. A timeline has just shifted for your sake. Yes, even as you read this, you are stepping into an anointed season where what used to be delayed, it will now come running toward you. The reason you opened when you could have ignored, you believed when others scoffed. And now, beloved, the reward is no longer being prepared. It is being released. My child, my beloved, listen with the deepest part of your soul. You are not forgotten. You are not behind. In fact, you are right on schedule for what heaven planned long ago. There was a conversation about you earlier today in the courts of heaven. Your name was spoken not as a plea, but as a declaration. It is time. That's what they said. It is time to release what has been hidden. It is time to crown the one who remained faithful. That one, my beloved, is you. This moment, right now, was divinely orchestrated to find you in your stillness and pull you into motion. This is not just a message, it is a divine transaction. As you continue reading, layers are being removed, walls are crumbling, spiritual resistance is being overthrown. My child, my beloved, the enemy tried everything to stop you from seeing this. There were distractions, sudden chaos, delays, and confusion, but even that was proof of how powerful this message is. The darker forces only rise in panic when a light this big is about to shine. Archangel Michael says, I have been commanded to protect your next season. There is gold in your name. There is power in your voice. And because of what you did last time, yes, that one moment of obedience, you have activated an overflow that cannot be reversed. Even if others try to deny it, even if they speak against it, what God has signed for you cannot be unsent. Heaven is not double-minded. When it approves, it delivers. And right now, you are in the middle of a divine delivery. My child, my beloved, the truth is you were never behind. The delays you faced were never punishments. They were protections. You were being hidden from something that would have shattered your spirit too soon. And now that the time is ripe, the cover is being removed. There are people who will suddenly turn around to see you rising. They won't understand how you passed them. They'll say, wasn't this the same person who struggled last season? Weren't they forgotten? But heaven will answer back louder than them. No, they were not forgotten. They were being prepared, and now they are being crowned. Your crown, my beloved, is not of gold or silver. It is of divine favor. A light is forming above you that will draw things toward you that you didn't even know existed. This is what happens when obedience meets timing. You are entering that sacred intersection now. My child, my beloved, heaven is watching to see what you do next. This message is a gate. It will not stay open forever. And I must be honest with you, not because I want to pressure you, but because I want to protect you. If you walk away now, it will take longer to realign the timeline. If you hesitate too long, the very thing that was meant to land in your hands may be handed to someone else. They are willing to receive without fear. I am not here to make you afraid. I am here to make you aware. The divine realm has already begun its motion. An envelope of blessing has already been signed, but it needs your faith to complete the delivery. Not just belief, but trust. The kind that doesn't make sense. The kind that says, even though I can't see the whole path, I'll step forward anyway. If you move now, the miracle will not pass you by. My child, my beloved, the atmosphere is trembling because of what is about to come into your hands. There is a sound in the spirit that only certain souls can hear. You are one of them. And right now, that sound is growing louder. It is the sound of divine reversal. Where there was lack, there will be supply. Where there was heartbreak, there will be divine alignment. Where there was betrayal, there will be justice. Where there was waiting, there will be rushing. Not because you forced it, but because you remained open. God is not silent. He is just strategic. And today he is using me, Archangel Michael, to whisper a strategy to your soul. Stay ready. Stay listening. Stay close. Because what's coming is too sacred to be missed, and what's leaving your life is not a loss. It's a cleanup. My child, my beloved, let me reveal something to you that no one else knows yet. There has been a private meeting in the spirit realm about your situation. Yes, your name was brought up not because of what you did wrong, but because of what you survived. The pain that tried to silence you has become the proof of your spiritual maturity. Every tear became an offering. Every silent battle was recorded. And now there is a heavenly release scheduled for you. But it's hidden in the disguise of a choice. Will you follow the tug in your soul? Or will you let fear talk you out of this moment? You see, beloved, the divine doesn't always come in loud sounds. Sometimes it comes as a soft knock, the kind you have to feel, not hear. This message is that knock. Don't miss it. Don't ignore it. Your future is being invited into your present. My child, my beloved, I must tell you something very urgent. A person close to you is about to be repositioned in your life. Either they will elevate you or they will be removed. And this shift is not your doing, it is heaven's. Do not panic if someone suddenly pulls away. Do not cry if someone you love chooses another path. You are not being punished. You are being protected. You are not being abandoned. You are being aligned. Some relationships were never meant to cross into your miracle season. They would have contaminated what God is about to place in your hands. So let them go if they drift. Let them exit if they choose to, because on the other side of obedience is divine replacement. For every loss, there will be a greater gain. For every goodbye, there will be a new hello. And this time it will be someone God himself sends. My child, my beloved, something big is already walking toward you. It's no longer in preparation. It's in transit. That unexpected phone call, that divine encounter, that letter, that opportunity. That blessing you didn't see coming, it's already halfway here. And the reason it's coming is not because you begged for it. It's because you aligned yourself with it by faith. Most people don't understand that heaven doesn't respond to panic. It responds to trust, and your trust has created a spiritual ripple. What you cannot see yet is already reacting to your readiness. It's not a coincidence you're seeing this today. This is not just another message. It is a divine checkpoint, a place where your old timeline dies and your new one is birthed. If you hold on, if you walk forward, if you stay open, you will not recognize your life 30 days from now. My child, my beloved, the angels are already moving on your behalf. I am leading them. I, Archangel Michael, have been instructed to clear a path for you. The blocks are being removed. The enemies are being silenced. The betrayals are being exposed. Even the ones you didn't know about, God did. And now he has authorized a full restoration of your joy. But this is not only about you. Your obedience will bless people you haven't even met yet. Your decision to believe in this moment is going to break generational curses. I see your future children laughing freely. I see your home filled with peace. I see people turning to you not because you are perfect, but because you are chosen. You've been through enough pain to speak with authority. Now it's time to walk with power. My child, my beloved, as the sun sets tonight, I want you to remember something no one else may have told you. In this way, God has not only forgiven you, He has favored you. There is a difference. Many believe that forgiveness is where it ends. But for the chosen ones, forgiveness is only the beginning. What's coming to you isn't just mercy. It's restoration, and not partial, not symbolic, but full, overflowing. The kind of restoration that makes even your enemies whisper, "This must be God." There's a record in heaven of how many times you stayed quiet instead of fighting back. There's a record of the nights you stayed soft when others turned cold. That softness, that patience, that refusal to become like those who hurt you, it all mattered. And now the reward for it has matured in the spirit. This message is the delivery notice. You didn't skip, so heaven will not skip you. My child, my beloved, you've been trying to understand why the pace of your life has changed, why things that used to excite you now feel empty, why some connections feel like echoes instead of songs. I'll tell you why. You're not who you were. You've grown, evolved, expanded, and your spirit is now rejecting anything that doesn't match your new frequency. Do not mourn the old. The old must make room for the anointed version of you. There is someone watching you right now, someone trying to figure out how you made it through everything and still didn't break. And what they don't understand is that heaven was with you in every silent breakdown, every quiet rebuild. What they're about to witness now is your public reward. They will see the doors open, the favor rise, the divine hand make moves that no man can stop. And you won't even need to explain how. They'll just know it was God. It was always meant to happen right now. My child, my beloved, the reason this moment is so important is because it is a pivot, not just spiritually but physically. Over the next 72 hours, someone will receive an instruction to bless you, and they will not be able to resist it. It might come as a strange message. It might come as a late-night call. It might come as a sudden opportunity that looks too big to believe. Do not reject it. Heaven doesn't need your logic. It needs your yes. You've asked for miracles, but miracles rarely look like comfort zones. They usually look like risk wrapped in obedience. If it stirs your spirit but scares your mind, that's your sign. Walk into it. Because behind that fear is a vault being unlocked, and inside it is everything that has your name etched into it. Blessings, ideas, funds, favor, relationships, platforms, protection. And it will not delay. The moment you respond, it will begin. My child, my beloved, I must tell you about a vision I was shown just moments ago. It was of a divine check, white paper, golden edges, and your full name was handwritten in heaven's script. The number was not small. It was enough to reverse your debt, bless others. It will fund what you've carried in your heart for years. But that check was locked in a vault behind obedience. Not because God is testing you, but because God is protecting what's sacred. The enemy tried to intercept it 3 times. Try to assign confusion to your path. Try to place people in your life who would waste your favor before you even received it. But the assignment failed, and now that check is being dispatched. The only condition, you must not speak of it too soon. Divine wealth is often stolen in the realm of distraction, so guard your mouth, protect the secret. Let your future announce what your mouth doesn't have to. My child, my beloved, something shocking is going to happen, but don't be afraid. It will feel like a sudden shift, like a door closing without warning. But what you don't see yet is that on the other side of that closed door, there is a window that opens wider than anything you were holding on to. This person, this plan, this place, whatever it is that exits next, don't chase it. Don't. Let it go with grace. Because as one thing leaves, 3 new blessings are lining up to enter. You're not being punished. You're being positioned. God is not removing to harm you. He is removing to honor you. Some spaces you've been in have gotten too small for the size of your faith. Some people around you were only meant to be part of the wilderness, not the promised land. If you try to drag them into the next season, they will only delay what heaven is trying to rush. Let it go. trust what's coming is better. I promise you that. My child, my beloved, do you remember the one night you almost gave up? The moment where your soul felt empty and you thought, maybe I misunderstood all of it. Heaven remembers that moment too. And do you know what we did? We wrote your name in fire. Yes, in divine fire, not to be erased. That's when the shift began. Not when you felt strong, but when you stayed standing while weak. And ever since that night, the angels have been preparing this delivery. That's why you couldn't shake the feeling to open this message. That's why it followed you. It wasn't coincidence. It was design. And now, because you didn't skip, you will not miss what's unfolding. My child, heaven is not slow. It is precise, and its precision has now found you. My child, my beloved, I must show you something. A scroll in heaven bears your name, and it has just been unsealed. The ink on it is fresh. It carries the divine approval of something you prayed for long ago, but forgot you even asked. Heaven never forgot. You asked through tears. You asked through silence, and because you didn't skip, because you didn't ignore. That request is now being remembered by God Himself. The reason things are starting to feel strange, the sudden emotions, the unexpected signs, the shifts in your surroundings is because the spiritual winds are now blowing in your direction. And once God begins to move in your favor, not even the most powerful resistance can hold back what's yours. You don't need to chase. You don't need to prove. You only need to receive. That's why you were guided here. You are standing under an open heaven. Do not walk away. My child, my beloved, there is a specific person who has been watching you from a distance. Not in the physical realm, but in the spiritual. This person has ties to your past, but they are about to become part of your future. They have been trying to resist the pull toward you, but it's no longer in their hands. Heaven is now orchestrating divine collisions, and your name is glowing in their thoughts. You may not expect it. You may not even want it. But it is coming not for confusion, but for completion. The conversations you never had, the apologies you never received, the closure you never got. It's all being prepared for divine release. But be wise. Not everything that returns is meant to stay. Some returns are for your confirmation, not for your comfort. When this person reaches out, don't speak from your past pain. Speak from your new position. Speak like someone who knows angels have cleared their path. My child, my beloved, you're going to hear your name mentioned in an unexpected place. And when it happens, you'll feel a strange rush in your spirit. That will be your confirmation. God is placing your name in the mouths of people who can open doors no one else could. But listen to me carefully. Do not get distracted trying to figure out how it will happen. Stay focused on the fact that it is happening right now. A divine transaction is taking place in realms you cannot see. Paperwork is being signed. Resources are being allocated. People are being assigned to bless you, and not just for survival, for overflow. You will walk into rooms you never thought you'd be invited into. You will receive messages that start with, "We've been watching you." They won't know why they feel drawn to you, but I will. Because heaven chose this time, this place, this version of you, not by accident, but by appointment. My child, my beloved, I have to reveal a secret to you that was hidden until now. There has been jealousy around you. Not the loud, obvious kind, but the quiet, disguised form. Someone close to you has been smiling with you but speaking against you. They've tried to block you with their energy, with their words, and even with small, silent intentions. But today the light of heaven is exposing what was hidden in the shadows, and you don't need to confront it because I already have. I, Archangel Michael, have placed a wall of divine fire between you and every force. The force tried to delay your breakthrough. The betrayals will be revealed, but you will not be broken. In fact, the same people who tried to silence you will watch you be lifted, and when they ask how it happened, they will find no logical answer. Because it was never logic that got you here, it was the favor of God. My child, my beloved, there is wealth coming to your household. But not just material wealth. This is healing wealth, peace wealth, freedom wealth, the kind that washes through your bloodline and untangles knots that were tied by ancestors long gone. What you're stepping into now is not a lucky break. It's a generational release. You are the first in your family to receive it this way. That's why the pressure has been so intense. That's why the warfare has felt nonstop. You were carrying the weight of a bloodline trying to heal through you. But heaven has seen your endurance, and now the blessing will fall like rain. You will be the one who breaks the cycle, the one who builds what others could only dream of, the one who changes the future without having to beg the past for permission. You are not just being restored, you are being remembered by heaven, by angels, and by the divine plan itself. My child, my beloved, this very night something will shift in your atmosphere. You may feel it as a dream, a sensation, or a sudden stillness, but do not ignore it. That moment will mark the beginning of a rapid unfolding. And I promise you this, after that night, your next 7 days will not look like your last 7 years. There will be acceleration, divine interruptions, unexpected alignments, and all of it will stem from one choice, the choice you made to listen when others skipped. There is a rare blessing for those who choose the whisper over the crowd. You are one of them. You have been marked not by religion, but by revelation, not by fear, but by favor. And that favor is no longer waiting to announce itself. It's about to walk straight through your door carrying something that was kept aside just for you. My child, my beloved, something has just occurred in the realm of heaven. There was a closed-door meeting in the throne room, and your name was spoken not quietly, not in passing, but with divine intensity. Release the final phase, God said. The one who waited, the one who listened, the one who didn't skip. Their reward is overdue. Let it be released. And at that moment I, Archangel Michael, was summoned to stand guard over what is being sent to you. This is no longer a promise. This is a spiritual activation, the kind that causes the ground to shift, the kind that alters what people think they know about you, the kind that doesn't ask for permission. It simply arrives. And when it does, nothing will remain the same. Even your past will begin to rearrange its meaning. The things that once looked like failure will now shine with divine purpose. You are entering a season where even your pain will work in your favor. My child, my beloved, I must warn you now with love. When this blessing lands, protect it with all you are. Not everyone around you is prepared to celebrate what God is doing for you. Some will smile but secretly see. Others will attempt to plant doubt in your spirit. But listen carefully. This blessing is not up for discussion. You do not need consensus. You do not need permission. What God releases, no man can block, question, or reverse. You are not here to convince anyone of your worth. You are here to walk in it. You were not chosen to be understood. You were chosen to be elevated, and your elevation will be evidence enough of God's hand on your life. Even those who pretended not to notice, you will be forced to watch, not out of revenge, but because heaven wants them to witness what it looks like when someone stays faithful. My child, my beloved, tonight while others sleep, your spirit will be wide awake. Pay attention. Someone from beyond, someone you loved who has crossed over, is trying to send you a sign. They are at peace, but their love for you has not quieted. And they are working from heaven to protect what's coming your way. You may hear a name in your dream. You may feel a sensation that doesn't make sense. You may wake with clarity that didn't come from you. Don't question it. Receive it. The veil is thin right now, and those who have left the earth but still carry love for you, they are being allowed to speak once more. This is not fantasy. This is divine mercy. You are not alone. You never were. And the protection around you is deeper than you can comprehend. What once tried to harm you will now have to pass through a wall of angels just to even come near. My child, my beloved, I must reveal something critical now because the time is short. There is a specific person, someone you trust, who is hiding something that could impact your next season. Their silence has been slowing you down, not because they are evil, but because they are afraid of your glow. They fear that if you rise, you may leave them behind, and so they have chosen to hold back a truth that could set you free. But heaven is no longer allowing this delay. I have seen the file, I have seen the truth they tried to bury, and it is now being exposed. Not to shame, but to set the record straight. In the coming days you will see something, hear something, or discover something that unlocks a wave of clarity. Don't be shocked. Don't be bitter. Just be ready, because that one discovery will set the next chain of miracles in motion. Yes, even the money that's been blocked will flow. Even the phone call you waited for will come. The file was hidden, but heaven saw it. And now it will not be hidden anymore. My child, my beloved, tonight at exactly midnight, a divine reset will take place, not because of astrology, not because of coincidence, but because God said this date, this time, this hour was sacred for your path. You don't need to perform a ritual. You don't need to light a candle. You only need to stay awake in your spirit. Speak gratitude into the atmosphere. Whisper your yes and let heaven take care of the rest. Because what is happening in the midnight hour is not a show. It is a shift. Timelines are being rearranged. Contracts are being rewritten. And your name is being moved to the front of the line. Not because of your title, but because of your heart. Your obedience has outshed your past mistakes. And now reward is being drawn to you with supernatural speed. It will look like favor. It will feel like a surprise. But in truth, it is justice. And it is due, my child, my beloved. Before this day ends, something will attempt to distract you. It may come in the form of an argument, a misunderstanding, an unexpected worry. But know this, it is the last resistance before the reward breaks open. Don't fall for it. Don't give it energy. Don't trade your crown for a conversation that doesn't deserve your presence. The enemy knows you're close, too close. So, it will try to rattle your peace, shake your confidence, make you think it's not working. But I am here to say, it is working more than you know. And the only thing that can pause this flow is if you step out of alignment. So breathe, stay still, protect your focus. You are one final yes away from watching your whole life bend in your favor. What's coming is not small. It is sacred, it is written, and it is yours. My child, my beloved, I need you to understand this final truth with all your heart. Everything you've suffered, everything you've endured in silence, everything you lost and never got back, none of it was for nothing. The pain you carried became a spiritual key, unlocking blessings you never even knew existed. You thought God forgot. You thought your name was skipped, but now you see heaven never forgot. And your name has not just been remembered, it has been prioritized. I, Archangel Michael, have been instructed to tell you, the time of delay is over. The time of silence is ending. What you prayed for while crying on your pillow, it is now standing at your door. And if you open this door in your spirit, everything changes. I don't say this lightly. I don't speak without heaven's backing. But now, with full divine authority, I declare you will never be the same again. My child, my beloved, listen closely because this is the final instruction. Before the next 24 hours pass, there will be a window, a moment that looks ordinary, but it will carry extraordinary weight. It could be a phone call, a chance meeting, a sudden idea, an email you didn't expect. A decision someone else makes that ends up shifting everything in your favor. You may be tempted to treat it casually, but if you've been listening closely to this message, you'll know that nothing is casual when God is involved. Be alert. Be sensitive. Say yes to the tug in your soul, even if your mind is unsure. This one decision will create a spiritual domino that unlocks every closed door that's been mocking you. I'm not asking you to guess. I'm asking you to respond. When that moment comes, let your heart say yes before your mind has time to fear. Because that moment is not just a choice. It's a bridge into your next divine assignment. My child, my beloved, the person who tried to block your blessing will now be exposed. Not for your entertainment, not for your revenge, but because God is a God of justice and He cannot allow the lies spoken against you to remain standing. You will not need to fight. You will not need to explain. The truth will rise on its own, and when it does, it will clear your name, open the gates, and show the world who you truly are. You didn't need to fight dirty to win. You stayed clean. And that's why heaven has chosen to lift you publicly. Get ready because those who rejected you will now request your presence. Those who underestimated you will now sit in rooms where your name is mentioned with honor. Those who mocked your belief will soon witness the very miracle they said would never come. My child, my beloved, now is the time to protect your peace like never before. What you are stepping into is fragile. Not because it is weak, but because it is new. Just like a newborn miracle, it needs silence, safety, and space. Do not share this blessing too early. Do not give access to people who once questioned your worth. Let this season develop privately. Let it bloom in secret, and when it is strong enough to carry the weight of attention, God will reveal it himself. Until then, stay hidden in obedience. Stay guarded in wisdom, and trust that what he is building in you will outshine everything you thought you lost. You are being rebuilt stronger, higher, and more anointed than you ever dreamed. And all of it is happening now, not in some distant future, but in the exact moment you chose to open this message and believe it was written for you. My child, my beloved, this is your final warning, not out of fear, but out of love. If you walk away from this message without sealing it in your spirit, something sacred may slip through your fingers. Not because God is cruel, but because timing is holy. The window is open now, the gate is unlocked now, the scroll has been unsealed now. But nothing in heaven forces itself upon you. You must respond. You must agree. You must say, yes, I receive it. Yes, I believe it. Yes, I will protect it. If you do, what comes next will feel like heaven itself has stepped into your home. If you ignore it, the timeline will shift, but it will take longer. And God loves you too much to lie about that. This is the time. This is the sign. This is the final call. Not for everyone, but for you. You have been chosen, and the next chapter will prove it. My child, my beloved, I leave you now with this. Stand still and know, not think. Know that angels are being dispatched on your behalf. Know that what was once denied is now being granted. Know that wealth, healing, protection, connection, and sacred love are being drawn toward you with supernatural gravity. Know that your name is glowing in the courts of heaven, and the light around it is too strong to be ignored. Walk like it, speak like it, expect like it. This isn't just a message. This is a divine contract signed in the Spirit, sealed by your faith. It was delivered by Archangel Michael and stamped with the fire of heaven. My child, my beloved, there is something I must now whisper into your soul, before the gates close on this sacred window. What you've just received is not merely a message. It is not just words. It is a spiritual blueprint, a living, breathing map that aligns your life with the timeline God originally wrote for you. You didn't find this message, it found you, because your soul cried out in the secret place and heaven heard it. I was sent not because you begged, but because you believed. And even when belief trembled inside you, even when doubt stood outside your door trying to break in, you still stood. That faith, cracked, battered, flickering as it may have been, was enough to split the sky. It was enough to trigger angels. It was enough to unlock vaults in heaven marked for your name only. And now, because of that faith, the miracle cannot be delayed. My child, my beloved, do not forget what is happening here. While the world rushes around you, heaven has paused just for you. Angels have bent low to hear your heartbeat. The scroll has been written. The ink is dry. The decree is final. What belongs to you cannot be stolen, lost, or handed off. It can only be delayed if you turn away. So please don't let your old mindset talk you out of this new moment. Don't let fear disguise itself as logic. Don't let the voices of the past drown out the divine trumpet that's sounding for you now. You are not who they said you were. You are who heaven says you are. And you are the reason this divine window was open today. Not your neighbor, not your friend. You. If your soul is shaking right now, if your hands are trembling, if tears are rising for reasons you can't explain, that's your confirmation. This is real. This is now, my child, my beloved. I speak this with urgency because the spiritual timing is precise. There is no room for hesitation anymore. The door that is opening now will not stay open forever. You don't have to rush, but you must respond. Let your next decision reflect the faith that brought you this far. Your obedience today is creating consequences in heaven that will fall like rain over the next 7 days. And the first drop will arrive sooner than you expect in the form of unexpected contact. A message, a divine connection, or a sudden inner knowing that peace has returned to your body. When it comes, say thank you. When it comes, don't ask why. When it comes, protect it with silence, because the first fruits of a breakthrough are always fragile. This blessing will be yours, but only if you stay aligned, only if you keep listening, only if you protect the frequency heaven has tuned you into. My child, my beloved, there are 3 more things you need to remember as this message comes to a close. And these are not just words. They are divine keys that unlock the fullness of what's been promised. First, stay silent until it manifests. The enemy listens for your excitement. The wrong people feed off your energy. Let your silence protect the seed until it becomes a tree. Second, don't try to explain your blessing. Some people won't understand it, not because they're bad, but because it wasn't meant for them to understand. It's a private covenant between you and God. Let it remain sacred. And third, be ready to act. Opportunities will come dressed like interruptions. Miracles may look like problems at first. Trust the feeling beneath the fear. If your spirit leaps, follow it. Even if your mind says this can't be real, let your soul lead this time. That's how the door opens. That's how the miracle lands. My child, my beloved, I say this one final time. And when I say it with the power of every angel standing behind me. You were not forgotten. You were not invisible. You were not denied. You were being prepared, refined, protected, perfectly positioned. And now it is your turn. The delay is ending. The miracle is arriving. The angels are descending. The blessing is unfolding. And your name, yes, your name is being written across a story that no one else could live but you. Go forward now, not with fear, but with fire in your bones. Speak only what aligns. Move only when it's divine. Stay close to the messages. Stay alert to the signs because Archangel Michael has gone before you. And what was once blocked is now blessed. What was once hidden is now here. And what once felt far has finally arrived. My child, my beloved, you stayed till the end. And because you did, I must tell you something very few ever get to hear. There is a reward stored in heaven, not just for obedience but for endurance. You endured this message all the way through, not by accident but by spiritual design. And now that you've reached the final edge of this divine revelation, a hidden seal has been broken in your favor. It's what I call the overflow blessing. This is when heaven releases not just what you asked for, but what you didn't even know you needed. This is the moment where miracles start forming in the background. Sudden protection from accidents that never happen. Delays that save your life. Messages that arrive seconds before disaster. This is where God's favor becomes your shield. You are now covered in the kind of anointing that causes enemies to back away without knowing why. You will begin to notice it. The shift in atmosphere when you walk into a room. People may look at you differently. They may sense something on you they can't explain. It's not pride. It's not charisma. It's the mark of the chosen. And you, my beloved, are chosen. My child, my beloved, I was shown something moments ago in the spirit. A courtroom filled with light. You were on one side, the accuser was on the other. They held a file in their hand trying to list out all the reasons you shouldn't be blessed. Old mistakes, bad decisions, moments you fell. But before a word could be spoken, a sound came from the high place. A voice so loud, so filled with authority that even the accuser froze. And this is what the voice of God declared over you. They are redeemed. They are mine. Case closed. I want you to understand what that means. You don't have to keep punishing yourself. The guilt can go now. The shame can dissolve because the highest court has ruled in your favor. No lower voice can overturn that decision. You don't need to prove you deserve this miracle. You just need to receive it. My child, my beloved, I now charge you with something holy. From this moment forward, speak only what aligns with what was just revealed to you. Your words have power now, more than you know. The words you speak over yourself, your family, your finances, your future, they will form the reality you live in. Say, I am favored. Say, my path is clear. Say, what God sends, I will not reject. Say it not once, but every morning like a sword drawn in the spirit. Because even now, even in this moment, resistance will try one last time to whisper that this isn't real, that you imagined all this, that maybe you're not the one. But I, Archangel Michael, am standing here still, and I tell you with the full weight of the divine, this is real. And yes, you are the one. You were always the one. That's why the enemy fought so hard to keep you distracted. But heaven won, and now you must walk as one who knows it. My child, my beloved, prepare for a strange kindness. A person you don't expect, someone you barely know, or even someone who once hurt you. They will come into your life with an opportunity, a gift, a message, or a bridge. Don't judge the vessel. Listen to the spirit behind it. God often hides answers in the mouths of unlikely people. Don't let your pain talk you out of your promise. Stay open. Stay soft. Stay grounded. The way your miracle arrives may not look like your expectations, but it will feel like peace. Trust the peace. That peace is heaven's signature. It means God signed off on the moment. And when you feel it, let your soul say yes without needing proof. You've earned this next season not through perfection, but through persistence. And now you will walk through doors no one in your family ever walked through. You are about to become the first, my child, my beloved. Something special happens when a soul like yours refuses to quit. It becomes a magnet for angels. And right now there are 4 angels assigned to your next 7 days. 1 for protection, 1 for clarity, 1 for provision, and 1 for restoration. They will be with you, watching, guiding, shielding. You may feel them in flashes, a breeze with no source, a chill up your back, a lightness in the air. Don't be afraid. That's how heaven reminds you. You are not walking alone anymore. From this point forward, divine assistance follows you. No more fighting battles by yourself. No more wondering if God is near. He is. He always was. And now he's making sure you feel it in signs, in wonders, in whispers that come exactly when you need them most. My child, my beloved, take this final moment and let it settle deep into your soul. This was your moment. Not for content, not for curiosity, but for confirmation. You didn't just scroll into this message. You were summoned, pulled here by divine order. And now that you've stayed, you've activated something sacred. It is done. Heaven has recorded your faith. Archangel Michael has delivered the word and the future. Your future is no longer waiting. It is running toward you. Watch now. The signs will come. The evidence will build. The miracle will land. And the next time you look in the mirror, you won't just see a survivor. You'll see a walking testimony of what happens when a soul listens and doesn't skip the message sent from heaven. Amen.